What is up, fam? Today's other vid is going to be replacing your oxygen sensor Denso, which would be original for most of these Nissans and Toyotas and Hondas. That's the part number for the 93 pickup. Should be the same from like 92 all the way to 95. On these pickups, they're pretty easy to do. I'm going to show you. You could do it yourself. Some gloves if you need gloves, small extension, ratchet 3/8 drive, and your socket for the O2 sensor, so you could fit that there. That's where the wire is. So we're gonna head to the vehicle, which here on this inline 4 K824, the O2 sensor is gonna be right there. So that's your sensor. That's where you have to fit in that socket. Sometimes you don't need the extension, but if you do, then whatever works for you, you know. But yeah, that's where it's located. Before you proceed with applying the socket to remove it, let's go ahead and disconnect. So you follow that line. So you follow all the way, follow it, see where it's at. Here it is, and you want to disconnect it from there, because once it starts twisting, you don't want this to pull on this, so you don't damage this wire, because this wire you don't want to damage. So let's go ahead and just unhook it from there. Before I unhooked it, good thing I saw, I guess there's a wire that's holding on to that, so we're just gonna have to break that off. Go ahead and grab some scissors or a knife, essentially just break that off. Cool, now that's off. Go ahead and unhook it. So this is all that's it. That's that you unhook it, so that rubber piece kind of, it's like a housing, kind of hovers over this, protects the connection from any water or debris from getting in. But that's pretty much it. See that? That's that one connection in there. That's where you hook up there. So now that these are unhooked, let's go ahead and start loosening up the O2 sensor. Go ahead and grab your socket and let's slide that all the way down there. So in my situation, I'm not going to need the extension. See, that's all the way in there. All we just gotta do is, you see what I mean about the wire? So if I were to have that wire still attached to this, we would have had our issue. But because we don't, now when it spins, we don't care, because we're replacing the sensor. And once you've broken that loose, you could just kind of twist it off. You could remove this if you'd like. Let's move this out the way. And you can start by loosening this up. And that's the O2 sensor that was on there previously. If you look at that, see those openings on there? So that was pretty simple. Now let's go ahead and open the new O2 sensor from Denso, the original. You see how these had these indentations? Yeah, this works perfectly fine for those vehicles. Don't get those Bosch ones. The car didn't have a check engine light regardless, but we want to add OE on this vehicle, especially at that price. Why not? Now real quick, before you thread this onto the manifold, exhaust manifold, you just want to apply a little bit of that copper seals onto the threads. Only the threads. Do not make sure it doesn't land on this. This is a reading. If you do somehow get that on, just clean it off. But essentially just on the threads, thread that by hand. As soon as that stops, then you use a tool, snug it, hook it up, and you're good to go. Good amount. Now let's thread. Okay, so start threading in the new one by hand. Of course, you want to thread this on by hand. Once it's snug where you can't do your hand, just grab that socket and then just snug it up and you're good to go. Once that is snug, grab your socket. Okay, once that is snug, you don't have to over tighten it. Let's hook up the connection, which is right there. Oh, that's hooked up. It's on there real good. Now start the car, make sure there's no check engine light. And we're good to go, guys. So that's how you place your O2 sensor on these Nissan vehicles. Thanks.